From Brez scale scanning his audience, to JordanWelch building a course empire, and Iman Gadzhi completely faking his lifestyle. Today we're exposing 3 of the biggest fake gurus on YouTube, starting with Brez Scales and his strategy to make millions by selling his course.
Bergen Resnick, otherwise known as Brez Scales, has been going viral for crashing supercars and flexing his lifestyle, all while claiming he got rich through freelance brand scaling.
Thank you, freelance brand scaling.
But it's not true. What looks like just a regular kid posting random TikToks and YouTube videos is actually a genius who built a system that pulls in tens of thousands a month selling his course online. And you're probably getting pulled into that system right now. Brez is young, living in Miami, and driving cars worth your house. In other words, he's living the dream so many people wish for. That's why his content grabs attention so effortlessly. Viewers aren't just watching, they're inspired and motivated by it. It all represents success and freedom, and that combination of youth, style, and lifestyle makes people stop, watch, and get hooked. You don't just see him, you see how the lifestyle feels. You want that freedom, that excitement, that feeling that he somehow has cracked the code to living without limits. And there's no way to escape him. He's on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram, all at the same time. He has a team of over 35,000 people clipping his content on WAP and posting it on social media. Combine that with crashing supercars, funny moments, and all the clip farming. Brez was able to use all these viral clips and grab the most attention possible. From that point, you've entered the funnel. Your attention is captured, and without attention, nothing else matters. You could have the perfect course, the most valuable knowledge, and nobody would see it. It's why Brez buys a new car every month. Supercars grab attention, but nobody likes someone who flexes their money online. That's why Brez stays very humble and reminds the viewer he's just like you.
Stop thinking that you're not capable of doing it and realize you're no different from the people who have done it.
Now that Lambo doesn't seem like a dream,
You start to think that maybe this is achievable.
Brez was a regular kid playing Fortnite, just like every other kid in 2020. Now he has everything he wants. Cars, money, freedom. You used to be a random Fortnite kid too. Why can't you have everything you want? You realize that your own life could look like that if you put in the work. The dream he's selling doesn't feel impossible, it feels real. And every new clip reinforces that idea. To anyone, it just looks like entertaining content. But every clip and video is built to pull you deeper into the funnel. You see him every day on your phone. He talks to you like a friend, and you trust him. His strategy to grab your attention worked perfectly. You now know who he is, want to be like him, and trust him. That's all he needs to lead you further into his system. The heavy lifting is done. You're hooked.
By the time he actually introduces his course, viewers aren't cold leads. They're already engaged, intrigued, and primed. That's why step 1 is so crucial. Attention is the foundation of the funnel. And then, suddenly, curiosity shifts into something else. You don't just admire the lifestyle anymore. You want to be him. You want that freedom, that money, that energy. You start imagining yourself in the driver's seat, cruising through Miami like he does, living a life where every day feels different and fun. And then Brez reveals his business model: freelance brand scaling, running ads to help brands grow and make more money, otherwise known as SMMA. It's the same business model Iman Gadzhi and many others followed to become successful, but Brez frames it different. Freelance brand scaling sounds unique and not what every other guru is talking about. Suddenly, you know the trick to achieving this life, and if he can do it, why not you? You're now in the second phase of the funnel. Whether you hear it from Brez or you get recommended a video on YouTube, Brez will make sure you find his second channel. This isn't just entertainment anymore, it's a masterclass. He shouts it out casually, almost like it's a side project. Now he has the attention of people who care, all in one place. The personal stories made it feel attainable, and the clip farm strategy ensured you couldn't escape.
Now, with his second channel, he has a list of people ready to buy. Think about it. You've already watched him for days, maybe weeks. You've seen him travel, go to fancy dinners, and make a ton of money. And now you can learn how to achieve the same life. Brez goes from a random guy to a teacher. He's no longer just someone you watch from afar. He's someone who's showing you a path, and if you follow it, you could potentially get the same results. He's simply sharing what he knows, giving glimpses behind the curtain, and letting you make the connection. If you learn this, you could have everything you want. You start to see comments, people closing their first clients, people starting to make some money, and most importantly, people like you. Brez explains challenges, mistakes, wins, all while staying authentic. He talks like he's talking to someone just like you. The second channel doesn't feel like a funnel. It feels like a gift, a friendly guide, the blueprint. But behind the scenes, it's another layer of the system. Attention has shifted into interest. You're now ready to take the next step. Brez will give you generic advice. You will learn basic things to become a freelance brand scaler. But of course, you're missing something. You need more information. You feel stuck and lost. And what's crazy is, you don't notice he's trying to sell you something.
To you, it just feels like binge-worthy content from someone who's fun to watch. You imagine yourself in his shoes, but in reality, you've been funneled perfectly through phase 1 into phase 2, ready for phase 3. And that's when Brez tells you this.
Interested in checking out my completely free training on freelance brand scaling? Check out the top link in the description.
Turns out Brez made a simple course you can follow for free to learn everything about freelance brand scaling. Without thinking twice, you sign up for the free course. It's a tiny form, just your name and your email. Why wouldn't you? It's free information to building the dream life. Brez has already built credibility, relatability, and desire. You want to be like him. You want to learn what he knows. You want to be rich and successful like Brez. Entering in your email feels like a no-brainer, but what you don't realize is that you've officially been trapped into the system. Now you're in. The free course begins, and here's where the truth hits. It's slow, it's basic, it almost feels like something's missing. You're not handed the keys to a Ferrari, you're handed a beat-up Civic. It feels generic. You learn how to run basic ads. The same things you've learned from the YouTube videos, but you stay. You keep watching because Brez gaslights you into believing that this is the strategy you need to follow. And so you listen. It's enough to make you feel capable, but not enough to make you feel like you've learned the secrets. You see progress, but there's something missing. It makes you think, I can actually do this, but I could do it faster and better if I had the right tools or help. There's clearly something missing, and that's when the paid course is revealed. Brez doesn't just drop the link casually. He frames it as the natural next step. He's teaching you that success requires sacrifice, that pressure is what drives results. And the paid course? It's your way of committing, of forcing yourself to go all in. Brez is essentially telling you, if you really want this life, you have to give me money, feel accountable. What sounds cocky at first is wrapped in motivational quotes and promises of unlocking your true potential. You don't feel scammed, you feel motivated. You understand the logic. If you put money on the line, you'll feel the pressure to make it back, to succeed, to actually follow through. You trust Brez. You've spent hours watching his videos. Brez showed you this works. You've seen the kind of money he makes. And now, he's giving you the final step, the elite round table. You're ready to spend money on a course because you're investing in yourself, and Brez knows this. It's why he keeps saying he's just like you. It's why he keeps flexing his lifestyle. It's why he made you believe that this course is the key to everything you want. He has officially sold you the dream. You receive an email. It's Brez, talking to you like a friend. He sends you the course. You decide to ignore it and move on with life. But then, another email. It's Brez again, but now he's showing results. Someone who joined the ERT and turned his life around. It's inspirational. You read about it. And there it is again, the link to joining the course. Some people might wait a day, some may wait a week, some might apply instantly, but the thought of this course never leaves your mind. You see Brez buying a new car on TikTok when you're working the 9-to-5 you hate. Even when you check your phone in the morning, there's an email. You can't escape it, and it's just a matter of time before you make that decision to apply. By now, Brez isn't just some guy on your feed. He's basically living rent-free in your head. His clips are on your For You page. His face is in your YouTube recommendations, and now he's in your inbox. The emails don't feel spammy either. They're written like quick little check-ins, almost as if Brez is personally nudging you to keep going, like a text. And even if you don't click, the thought of his course sits in the back of your mind. Every time you see a flashy car on the street, you're reminded of him. Every time you scroll past someone flexing online, you compare it to Brez. At some point, you decide to apply. You click the link, enter your email, your phone number, and a few details about yourself. Things like your budget, how much you want to make, what your goals are. On the surface, it looks like a simple application form. In reality, you've just given Brez's team the exact blueprint of how to sell you this course, because now they know your pain points. If you said you wanted to quit your job, they'll remind you that freedom is within reach. If you said you don't have much to spend, they'll frame it as sacrifice, saying you can't expect to change your life without giving something up first. And if you've got cash, they'll push the fast results angle, promising you could hit your goals in less than 3 months. The emails quickly become calls. Someone on Brez's team dials your number, ready to walk you through the entire pitch. Every question you ask is met with an answer that makes the course look like the solution to all your problems. You're convinced, you're motivated, and you're ready to buy. Except, they don't close you on the phone. Instead, they book you for a Zoom call. Suddenly, this doesn't feel like a purchase anymore. It feels like an interview. You're told they want to see if you're a good fit, and when something feels exclusive, you start trying to prove yourself. On the Zoom call, you're shown everything. The lessons, the system, the Discord community, screenshots of success stories get flashed on the screen. If they did it, why can't you? You're reassured at every step that this isn't just another course. It's a full path to the lifestyle you've been seeing all over your feed. And the longer the call drags on, the more invested you feel. You've spent an hour listening, imagining yourself in the same position as these success stories. You don't want to back out now. By the time they ask, are you ready to take the next step? You're basically nodding already. And then comes the big reveal. The price. $4,000. At first, it sounds insane. You weren't expecting a number that high. But by now, you've been softened up. You've been told this is an investment in yourself. You've been told you'll make it back in a couple of months. And the thought of saying no feels like throwing away your shot at the life you've been chasing. Your brain starts doing the math for you. If the course really helps you land land 1 or 2 clients. Maybe you can make it back fast. If other people in the Discord are making thousands a month, why couldn't you? And if you don't take it, what's the alternative? Going back to scrolling TikTok, wishing your life looked different? That's the psychological corner Brez pushes people into. It's not just about buying a course. You're forced to choose between the life you have and the life you want. $4,000 stops looking like a cost and starts looking like a ticket. So you do it. You hand over the money, and just like that, Brez makes another $4,000 sale. There's no doubt this course works. You can learn real skills and make some good money. But if only 10 people join in 1 month, that's $40,000 for Brez. Now think about this. He gets millions of views on his videos, so it's clear that he's making way more than $40,000 per month with this. Whether you like it or not, Brez is a marketing genius, and there's no doubt he's making some crazy money at 21 years old from his course in scaling brands.
Brez might seem like he has it all, but it's nothing compared to JordanWelch's wealth, because Jordan used his audience to make over $10 million online. JordanWelch is making multiple hundreds of thousands per month at just 27 years old. And of course, he sells a course. What seems like a guru on the surface is actually a really smart kid who built a system that makes hundreds of thousands of dollars every single month. Let's be real, he's a YouTuber first, businessman second. And what do YouTubers do? They sell the dream. Welcome to the Money Minds channel, and today we're breaking down the system that made JordanWelch rich. For most people, JordanWelch is the dropshipping guy, the one who cracked the code, made millions online, and the one who built a life of freedom with his dropshipping stores. But dropshipping was never the end game. It was just the start. Dropshipping gave Jordan something more valuable than money. It gave him proof that he could take a product from nothing and turn it into revenue. Proof that he knew what he was talking about. And that proof was the foundation of his course, YouTube channel, and his app. Because while everyone else was grinding for their next sale, Jordan was playing a different game, one built on attention, influence, and leverage. Jordan is one of the last few people on this side of YouTube that actually deserves this stuff. He is genuinely a good guy, from a random kid to someone people look up to. Jordan calculated all of it, but before that, he was just a random kid trying to make money online. Jordan started dropshipping in 2017, but before that, he was trying every side hustle possible. He tried going pro in Call of Duty, starting a clothing brand, and even photography. After 5 years of trying, he found the business model for him. Dropshipping clicked. Before all the fame and courses, Jordan was running tiny stores with just a few products, sometimes selling items for $20 or $30. Every day was a test, figuring out what ad would work, which products would actually sell, and how to make the most money from each click. He quickly learned that one winning product could generate thousands in a day, while a single mistake could cost hundreds in ads. Every small win and every failure taught him more about the market, the timing, and the psychology of buyers. It was exhausting, but it gave him the blueprint he needed. He made his first million in just 1 year and became a millionaire at just 20 years old. Jordan figured out how to spot winning products before everyone else, make people want them, and make as much money as possible. And when he found that formula, he scaled hard until it failed. Most people would have cashed out, bought a car, and go party. Jordan did exactly that. He thought he owned the world. He was young, rich, and life was good. But he lost track of how he actually got there, and it ruined him. He lost everything and was $30,000 in debt. It was time to lock in. Jordan spent every hour, every day, and every month working on making his money back. He used every store, every sale to build something bigger. He knew that the money from dropshipping was temporary. Trends fade, ad costs rise, products die out. So he started documenting the process, teaching, and building a name for himself. Dropshipping wasn't just a side hustle to him anymore. It was proof of concept, a way to show the world and himself that he could make good money from nothing. And once he had a foundation, he was ready to use it for something much bigger. For most people, social media is just scrolling, liking, and sharing memes. For JordanWelch, it was a weapon, a tool so powerful it could take the proof of his dropshipping success and turn it into even more money. YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok weren't just platforms. They were a way to grab attention, make money, and show everyone the dropshipping skills Jordan learned. Each video, each story, each post wasn't just content. It was all to build influence, authority, and leverage. All three things that allow anyone to sell anything online these days. Jordan understood something most people miss. The more people saw his wins, the more they believed in him. Every $10,000 day, every challenge, every masterclass wasn't just content, it was social proof. People didn't just see his numbers, they saw the system behind them. They saw a method that could be replicated. And that credibility, it can generate millions of dollars online. People loved Jordan's exciting lifestyle and helpful advice. He blew past 1 million subscribers and practically took over the internet. He wasn't showing off. He was putting himself in a situation where he could sell
anything and people would buy it. Every video, every post, every story was a mini masterclass in e-commerce, marketing, and scaling a business. Viewers could watch him struggle, fail, adjust, and succeed, all in real time. And his raw, authentic personality was addictive. The genius of his approach was consistency. Jordan always has something going on. He's posting videos weekly, starting a new challenge with his subscribers every month. And he even has a series of turning regular people into successful entrepreneurs with dropshipping. His videos build a cult-like audience who watch him every single day. Some people even aspire to be like JordanWelch, who wouldn't. He's supposedly making $138,000 per month on YouTube, and with millions of views, he can sell any course, any product, or any sponsor. His channel is built like a funnel. The VODs are at the top, then slowly, the challenges become the second stage. Still in the entertainment realm, but a little more niche. Finally, all the masterclasses. This funnel traps you into going deeper and binge watching even more videos. In return, Jordan makes a crazy amount of money. And this wasn't just luck. Jordan calculated everything. He knows exactly how to grab your attention and make you fall into the rabbit hole of content he has created. He knew the power of storytelling, the psychology, and the value of proof. With his massive influence online, he was able to create a new source of income, way more lucrative than his dropshipping stores. People didn't just watch Jordan make money. They watched him go from nothing to everything. Someone worth trusting, someone worth buying from. Social media didn't just make him famous. It allowed him to network with other millionaires. It allowed him to create his startup and share his valuable knowledge in a course. YouTube allowed JordanWelch to become the person he is today. Without it, he would have a lot less money and success. It's the backbone to all of his success and cash flow. Because proving you can make money is one thing, but turning that proof into a personal brand with just shy of 2 million subscribers, that's where you start to make real money. For most people, courses are a scam, just videos and Zoom calls of people trying to sell you a dream. For JordanWelch, it's something far bigger, a high-paying printing machine that turned attention and credibility into massive income. After proving himself with dropshipping and building a massive following on social media, he had something more valuable than products or subscribers: trust. And trust, when packaged correctly, can be monetized endlessly. Courses are just lessons. They are systems that turn followers into paying customers. Each mini-program, class, or full course was designed to do one thing: turn information into money. Unlike real products, courses don't cost much to make. They're easy to scale, and the profit is crazy if done right. A 10-hour course could generate thousands of dollars every day. And because they're built on trust, people aren't just buying a course, they're buying the life of their favorite influencer. Jordan's approach was thought out. It started with entertaining videos, something small that turns regular viewers into buying customers. Jordan offers many courses, some free and some behind a paywall. His main course, The Winning Store, has a price tag of $1,500. The core course covers the full blueprint: how to select products, run ads, scale stores, and replicate the system. For those who want more help, there's one-on-one coaching, higher tiers of the course, blueprints that are already built for you. Each tier brings more money into Jordan's pockets, while also providing slightly more value to the client. Proof was the backbone of the course. Jordan taught a kid how to get rich. He can do the same with you if you pay for his one-on-one coaching. The educational videos he posts all trick you into wanting to buy the course. Payment plans, referrals, and rewards all made the course seem more accessible and affordable. The genius strategy is how everything is tied together. Dropshipping gave him credibility. Social media gave him attention. The course turned that attention into money. And now Jordan is making money from 3 different sources, and a lot of it. Courses also set Jordan for life. Dropshipping is risky and could fail overnight, but a well-made course never loses value. As trust grew, Jordan could charge higher prices and build multiple income streams with the attention he gathered on social media. With the free content, paid courses, and one-on-one coaching, Jordan created multiple income streams that grow as the audience grows, while consistently reducing refunds and increasing engagement. For most people, building an online business means a one-off course or something simple, but the real money is made with software. If you can build a website that solves an issue and brings people to your site every day to use your tools, you can make the real money. JordanWelch built Viral Vault. He scaled this business to $200,000 per month. Give people a place to chat with like-minded people, learn skills, and become successful for a small monthly price. His software was built with social media as a foundation, like his course. He used his audience and exposure to attract people to his website. In return, this business grows steadily. It keeps users engaged, it's predictable, and it's valuable. That's why Viral Vault is designed not just to generate revenue, but to become an asset that's attractive to acquirers. Jordan knew that if he could build a good enough business with proof of concept, then he could get an exit for millions of dollars. He could sell that business and become even richer than he already is. That's why the business isn't directly related to him. Here's the thing: investors love a stable income. Multi-seven-figure exits aren't built on one-off launches. They're built on consistent growth and revenue. These numbers tell a story that one-time courses never could. This business grows steadily. It keeps users engaged. It's predictable. It's valuable. That's why Viral Vault is designed not just to generate revenue, but to become an asset that becomes necessary in the client's everyday life. But how did Jordan do this? First, he built a tool that solved a pain point in his everyday life. He built a business around it and made it crucial to anyone who tries it. Jordan built a system that optimizes something he does every day and made it easy for his audience to use the software and get the same results as Jordan Welch. He's no longer selling time or knowledge. Now he's selling a tool that solves a problem every single month, add some extra value for customer satisfaction, and tie it together with a community. People stick around when they see other users succeeding. Community is how you keep the clients coming back. Jordan's genius strategy worked perfectly. He had an audience, social recognition, and credibility in dropshipping. His idea took some time to build. It wasn't an overnight success. However, he eventually started making some really good money from this business, and eventually sold it in a multi-seven-figure deal. Viral Vault isn't just another tool. It's a system. It's a community. It's a money printing machine. Courses get attention, but subscriptions get money that regenerates every month. They build long-term wealth. And when structured correctly, your users get results, your numbers get stronger every month, and your business becomes more than just a source of income. It becomes an asset, one that can be sold for millions while still helping the people who trusted you from day one. That's exactly how Jordan Welch was able to make multiple millions of dollars with a simple idea, an audience, and some time. Once the business is running, the real game begins. Making your money work for you. Because here's the truth. Earning millions from courses, dropshipping, or software isn't the same as keeping it or turning it into generational wealth. That's why Jordan Welch invests a majority of his money. Jordan isn't gambling on the latest crypto trend or picking individual stocks randomly. He takes the money made from his businesses and splits it across different types of investments. Things like index funds, private deals, and smart long-term plays that keep growing while protecting what he's already earned. Unlike running a business, investments are passive. They earn while you sleep, and when structured correctly, they turn good money into long-term, multi-generational wealth. Jordan Welch has investments that are short-term and can be pulled out at any moment, while he also has some other investments in the long term for when he decides to retire. His strategy with investing is guaranteeing he doesn't fall back to $0. It guarantees him a life of success, and the more money he makes, the more his money grows exponentially. From broke to rich, back to broke, and finally back to rich. Jordan Welch is a genius in online business. His income streams ensure if something fails, the rest will hold him up with no worries. And all of this was built on a computer with a bit of time and perseverance. Brez and Jordan might have fooled their audience into buying their course, but Iman took it to the next level. And of course, he sells courses too. Iman Gadzhi made $30 million online at the age of 25 years old. From quitting his company to selling courses, it's clear Iman is lying about his real income sources. Today we're exposing the real way Iman Gadzhi brainwashed his audience and is using them to make hundreds of thousands of dollars every single month. Iman Gadzhi always portrays himself as the high school dropout who came from nothing and built a net worth of $30 million at just 25 years old by himself. It's the foundation of his brand. But when you start digging into his past, it becomes clear that Iman isn't telling the truth. He says he came from nothing, that he had a rough childhood, but that's not close to the truth. He wasn't growing up in a small apartment with nothing to his name. He was actually living in one of the most expensive neighborhoods in London, going to some luxury private schools. And some people claim seeing him going to school in a Rolls Royce, luxury cars, and a rich stepdad. It doesn't exactly seem like a poor lifestyle. He admits on several podcasts he grew up in the best neighborhood in London, went to one of the most expensive schools. I can't confirm, but I've seen comments saying he was driven to school in a Rolls Royce. Not to mention he grew up around an extremely successful stepdad, but it makes sense why he fakes his childhood. For anyone watching his videos, they see someone just like them. He escaped the 9-to-5 world, got rich, and he's just like you. Every time Iman reminds the viewer he's like them, it builds trust. He's not just sharing his story, he's using it. Iman uses trust to convince random people on the internet to give him money. By pretending to have a regular childhood, he's relatable. People don't see a spoiled kid. Iman is like you, a regular kid who built a business and is living the life you want. People see potential, a version of who they could become. It's Iman Gadzhi's first strategy to sell his audience the dream. But here's the truth. This relatable story isn't just for inspiration. It's a trick to make money. His fake story has one goal, selling the dream. On social media, Iman flexes his cars, watches, and lifestyle. It's his strategy to convince people that they can get that too. He is selling the dream of becoming rich like him. As a result of this, people trust him and the information he's giving. But what most people don't realize is that those cars and watches are all fake. Iman wants you to believe he bought them with the money from his agency. But in reality, he's getting all the money from you. His courses paid for that car, and they paid for that house. But of course, Iman doesn't want you to know that. He wants more people to buy his course. So he keeps on lying about how he makes money. And it works a little too well, because when you see someone your age talking about freedom and money while casually driving a supercar, you automatically believe what he's saying. You're already sold, even before Iman sells you a product. Iman's backstory is completely a lie. He only uses it as marketing because it builds trust with his audience and converts attention to sales. Because once you believe the story, you'll believe in the course. Iman Gadzhi's videos are targeted at a very specific audience, young adults and teenagers who are gullible, the kids still figuring out who they are, scrolling on Instagram and TikTok every day, watching people their age drive Lamborghinis and become millionaires. He targets those vulnerable people by flexing all the cool stuff you can buy when you're a millionaire. This strategy automatically attracts ambitious people to his content. Iman is also always dressed properly. He talks like a professional, and he looks like he knows what he's talking about. If you take a good look, it's all marketing. He makes gullible people believe that they're missing out on something only he can teach them. The young adults Iman targets are impulsive. It's a group of people that have a bit of money, but very little expenses. They're just starting to care about money, but they don't really understand it yet. They see all these kids living in Miami, dropping out of college and living free. It's the life Iman promises if you listen to his advice. He claims that he can help you escape and live a life of freedom. All you need is a computer and you can build a full-time income. Again, Iman is selling you a dream. Nobody sees the hours it takes to keep a business running. Being rich won't fix all your problems, but Iman makes you believe it will. He brainwashes you, then he gives you a solution with his content, and finally when you're stuck in the funnel, he sells you his course. That's how Iman makes his money. Not from his social media marketing agency. It's from selling courses to young people who are motivated and inspired by the fake lifestyle Iman pretends to live. He pretends it's just education, but really you're not learning anything valuable. Let's be honest, the message is always the same. School is useless, 9 to 5s are a trap, and only by buying his course you take control of your life. If he doesn't make money from these businesses, then how can he teach you how to do it? What's unfortunate is, it works. Because at that age, you don't think twice. It's very easy to convince anyone just by saying exactly what they want to hear. You see someone in a Lambo and you automatically assume it's theirs, when really that person could be renting the car, or they could be taking it for a test drive. When you look at it this way, Iman's videos start to look fake. You only see the good side of his life. There's never a bad moment, and that's exactly what he wants you to believe. It's a system that he built to make regular people want his life, and brainwash them into thinking that his course is the key to becoming successful, when really, he's making all the money from selling the course to people like you. Iman Gadzhi built his brand around the success of his SMMA agency. With this business model, Iman takes small businesses and offers to run ads for them in exchange for a cut of the profit in return. This is the business that apparently made Iman rich. Well, that's what he wants you to believe, but in reality, he lied about everything. Iman claims to have been making $200,000 a month from his agency, but on his business reports, it's a different story. Iman pretends that starting SMMA is the best business to start if you want to get rich, but really, it's all a big lie to get you to buy his course. He makes the agency look like the key to success. It's a simple path that anyone with Wi-Fi and ambition can follow. He's basically brainwashing you. Work from a laptop, sign clients, and make more in a month than most people do in a year. It sounds easy, but what's never mentioned is that while he pretends to live this dream, the numbers behind his own agency don't even add up. It's so bad that Iman even killed off his agency. The same agency that's making him $200,000 per month. Why would he kill this business if it was making so much money? Why didn't he just sell the business? It's because his business was never successful. Nobody would let go of a successful business with no other reason. It's all a lie. Think about it. The blueprint to freedom wasn't even making him that much money. The agency that made him a millionaire was actually losing money every month, but somehow he still convinces people that it's the key to success. Instead of admitting the struggle, Iman turned it into leverage. He packaged the same system into courses and mentorship programs, teaching others how to start the very same type of agency that almost left him in debt. Each new student believes they're one course away from escaping their 9 to 5, while he makes all the profit built on a lie. The flashy lifestyle, cars and watches attract aspiring people. Then Iman makes them believe that making money online is easy. He brainwashes you into believing that this is the only way to get rich. Then when you're hooked, Iman throws all his courses and mentorships at you. You need to know his secrets, but the only secret is that his SMM agency wasn't even making money for himself. Iman Gadzhi realized pretty quickly that his agency wasn't going to make him rich, so he decided to change everything. He quit his agency and went all in on social media. He realized pretty quickly how easy it was to trick anyone on social media. People would leave comments saying they want to be like him one day, that he was their mentor. So Iman took advantage. He created a course. His course taught people how to run a social media marketing agency. On YouTube, he started telling everyone it was the best business model to start. He brainwashed his audience, and Iman realized the potential. The money from his course helped him buy some cool things to attract an even bigger audience. Iman's videos changed into high-quality educational content. He wasn't dealing with annoying clients. Now he just had to sit down and talk to a camera, and he was making 2 times, 5 times, even 10 times the money he used to make with the agency. It took over and Iman stepped on the gas even harder. It's genius because the business model is simple. Make a bit of money, sell the blueprint, and scale. His content changed from vlogs to educational videos. Iman stopped being a random kid trying to make it. He started teaching. He dressed and talked like a professional. His only goal was to convince random people to trust him and buy his course, and his audience fell for it. The The illusion worked because it didn't need to be real, just relatable enough to feel possible. The truth is, he's a good liar. The clothes he wears, the life he lives, and all the things he buys makes it easy to fall into the trap. Why shouldn't you take advice from a guy in a Ferrari? But do a little research and you realize real quick that this guy is a fraud. He even built a website for other people to sell their course called Educate. His friends can sell their course through his website, and of course, Iman is taking a cut of the profit from every course sold on his website. So he's not only making a ton of money from his own course, but he's taking a cut from other courses. The only course he should be selling is a course about how to sell courses, because that's the only way Iman was actually able to get rich and live a life of freedom. He's not just selling one course, he's using his influence on social media to build an empire of courses and sell products to people that trust him. Iman's YouTube channel isn't just a place for advice, it's another business that makes him money. Every time someone clicks on Iman's video, it brings more money into his pocket. He's making money from attention online. The way this works is, YouTube pays him around $10 per 1,000 views. He gets about 1 million views per month. So that means he's bringing in a consistent $10,000 every single month, and that's just extra, because Iman also has sponsorships on his videos, which pay him between $20,000 to $50,000 per video. That means, on the low end, if Iman takes one sponsor per month, he makes a total of $30,000 to $60,000 every single month. But if he takes 4 sponsorships that month, then he's making $100,000 or more every month. But for some reason, Iman is still trying to convince his audience to start a social media marketing agency. Iman gets paid for your attention. He gets paid when you click. If he didn't get views, he wouldn't get sponsors, and his channel would fall apart. His audience thinks they're learning to get rich, but they're actually helping Iman get richer. Iman is making sure you come back to his videos. His videos always show the laziest or easiest way to get rich today. He built his wealth on lies and false promises, and unfortunately, millions of people bought into his system. But one thing remains true. Iman is a really smart guy who fooled a lot of people and makes a lot of money.